Hey everyone, it's Shotzi for the Rough Cuts on Sunday. Hope you all have had a great week. Today I'm going to talk about a documentary that was really popular when I was a student at UT, University of Texas in Austin. And it's a documentary that if you've lived in Texas for a while, especially in the late 90s, pretty much everyone has heard of this film. And it was really surprising to me when I was talking to someone the other day and they had never heard of this. And that was just totally bizarre to me. And that is Hands on a Hard Body. In 1997, S.R. Bindler released this documentary about the 1995 Hands on a Hard Body contest. What this contest is, in Longview, Texas, which is about, I think, 125 miles east of Dallas, Nissan held this hard body contest every year. For those of you who don't know what a hard body is, it's basically like a pickup truck. In layman's terms, it's a pickup truck. And every year in Longview, they would have an endurance competition. It's called Hands on a Hard Body, where you'd have 24 contestants who would have to wear like gloves on their hands and have your hands on this truck. And whoever was the last one standing, they won the hard body truck. So you have all different sorts of people in this. You had, one guy who had won in 1992. He came back for another go. You have your religious woman who's in there. And you have a former Marine, older people, really young people in this, just all different types. One guy is a little kind of nutty. Just all walks of life who participate in this competition. They go down to the radio station, give their name, and then every day there'd be a drawing to see who got to participate in the competition. So in the end, you have 24 competitors, and they just stand there with their hand on the truck. And you always have to have one hand on there and outlast everybody. It really shows a lot about the human condition, human spirit. Some people got bitter and angry. You had other people who made best friends with everyone around them. Some had really good attitudes. Some had poor attitudes. It really shows true human nature. And like Benny, who was the 1992 champion who came back, he really helped out some of the people that were next to him. In fact, the winner said that they would not have won had it not been for the advice that Benny had given him. And so it's a great story. Some people might find it tedious because, it's an endurance competition. You've got people standing around with their hands on a truck. But some of the things that people say are funny, even if it's unintentional at the time. But your reigning champion, Benny, he really is the heart and soul of this whole story. Because he's kind of the main narrator of everything. Saying what's going to happen, what his predictions are. And you see everything fall into place. And when S.R. Bindler did this, there's no way he could have predicted that. He just had the cameras rolling the whole time. And he was really able to capture a good story. So like a lot of people compare this to, I think it's Sidney Pollock's They Shoot Horses, Don't They? When that had like a dance endurance competition in that. And it's kind of similar to this story, except this is an actual story. And Robert Altman actually was going to make a film, a scripted film, on this documentary as the basis, but unfortunately he passed away before he was able to bring that to fruition. And this competition, it kept on going up until 2005. In 2005, there's a competitor, Ricky Vega, who I think at the 40th hour or something just kind of lost it, and he crossed the parking lot, went into the Kmart that was there, broke in, got a 12-gauge shotgun, and offed himself right there. So that was the end of the Hands on the Hard Body competition. And his widow sued the Nissan center, dealership. Forgot the word. The widow sued the Nissan dealership. That was finally settled in 2008. But so unfortunately, they don't have this competition anymore, and it went on for years, well over a decade. But it's a great story, and I highly recommend it to anyone if you can find a copy of this. DVD's been out of print for years, but if you're in Texas, you can find it various places. Some places online have it. Netflix has it listed, but it's been unavailable for forever. But, if you can find it, definitely give it a go. It's a great story. Lets you delve a little bit into some of the Texas life, because anyone who's lived here for a long time, or even in, just USA country, knows that people have an emotional attachment to their trucks. Which is still kind of odd to me, but, it speaks zounds about that. But highly recommend it. Definitely check it out. Hands on a Hard Body. And I will see you all next week. Until then, goodbye.